Hey men, how are you? Well, I told you the sun was going to come out where I live. It's not out here regularly yet, but today is one awesome sunny day. So, on this bright and cheery and awesome sunny day, I just thought I'd talk to you about fear. Because how can you be afraid or have fear in all this light and in this place? But fear is a real thing, isn't it? Fear can shut me down. And so I just wanted to touch base on a couple things that I think help eliminate that fear or make it easier to deal with. One is to recognize that your imagination is more times than not so much worse than the reality. It's basically going to the worst case scenario of that thing that you're afraid of, that thing to do, that thing to say, that action to take. And if you're like me, your past experience has proven that when you finally do take that step, when you finally do what's needed, the worst didn't happen. It wasn't anywhere close to what you thought might happen. So the one thing is to recognize what's in your head and the imagination and the scenarios that might be there. The worst case scenario is very unlikely to happen. The second step is to look at the worst case scenario. All right, this is the worst case scenario. So in the event of a worst case scenario, what is an action I can take? What is something that I can do to alleviate, remedy, take care of the problem? Have a solution available. The third thing is to actually take action, is to take that first step. And that first step is the next smallest step that you can take. What I do when I need to get something done and I'm fearful about the process is I write it down. Okay, what do I need to do first? What do I need to do second? What do I need to do third? Right? And some of those steps can feel pretty big. If those steps feel big to you, then take the step and write it down, break it down some more. Break it down into 2 or 3 or 4 smaller steps. The idea here, men, is to get your next step so small that it's easy to do, that you're not afraid of it. It's doable, it's manageable. And as you go through this process, you will be doing what needs to be done to take care of the thing that you're fearful of. Fear is a pain in the butt, right? I mean, fear is an emotion that in normal circumstances, on a day-to-day basis, when we're trying to achieve and do and create things in our lives, just gets in our way. It's not worth it. Now, hell, I'm in Ecuador. If I'm in the jungle, and some wild animal with big teeth is coming at me, I'm gonna be fearful. I'm gonna have fear and I'm gonna run like hell, right? I mean, fear does serve a purpose. But in most cases, when we're trying to get things done, the biggest fear is our imagination. The biggest fear are those things that we're creating in our head. So recognize that. Write down worst case scenario, find a solution, and then in the process, write the steps down and keep breaking each step down into smaller steps until you have a step that you can actually take right now, today. So in your life, what is that thing you're afraid of, man? What's that thing that you've been putting off, that you haven't been doing, that you start to look at it and you just turn away because it's just too much, it's too scary? Right now, begin writing those steps down. And write the steps down, break them down until you get to the smallest next step. That step that you can do today. Take action today, men. Life is short and it's good, and when the sun is out on the beach, you want to be here, right? All right. Have a great day. Ciao.